A lot of us are spending too much of our time trying to recreate a reality that has already passed. That we're overlooking all the value that's in our current reality in the person who we already are. And I say this because over the past 2 years, I've kind of grown myself into a completely new person. And you probably have as well. A lot has changed in life since 2020, since 2021, to the point that who you are now looks so much different from the person who you used to be. And you'll notice that when you look back on your past self, there's probably parts of you that you no longer have that you wish you still had. And I found myself almost resenting my change at times because I felt I was losing parts of myself that made me, whether that was my funniness, my goofiness, and just like how I didn't take life so serious, how I literally didn't worry about how much time I was spending on my phone, how I wasn't aware of like my self-respect and self-love, and how life just seemed a lot more free and unserious. Whereas now it's like, depending on where you are, it's like you're either preparing for college, or you're already in college, or you're out of college and you're looking for jobs and stuff, and life just gets so much more serious to where you reflect on your past self, all the parties you used to go to, all the girls you used to get, the amount of friends you had, the amount of memories you were making, how every weekend seemed to be something new in this whole new life experience. And a lot of people almost see that as their peak in life. They see that as their peak form. They see that as their best version of themselves. And they're spending so much time trying to basically recreate that life that they once had, recreate that feeling. They're chasing after that high that they felt back then. And it makes them overlook that who you are now, who you are in this moment right now, is the best version of yourself. Whether your actual situation is better than what you had in the past, whether you had a better job back then, whether you had better friends back then, who you are now is the best version of yourself if you actually notice it. And you know, what we have to realize is that everything we've been through in life has led us to where we are today. All the experiences, all the tragic events, all the different memories we had, all the different lessons we've learned, all the books we've read, like all these various different things have formed us into who we are today. And what I had to realize is that that old version of me couldn't be the version of me that I am today. It couldn't handle the things that I now currently handle today. And so what we have to realize is that in our growth, we become a completely different person. As we grow over the years, we change as a person. We become more mature. We realize different things about the world because we went through different experiences. We learn to take things more serious because we realize the importance of taking certain things serious, whether it's our self-love, our self-respect, making sure we're pouring back into ourselves and valuing ourselves. Like, we see all these various different things because we go through experiences that make us essentially tighten up in those areas, because we realize that, hey, if we lacking in this area of our life, hey, we leave ourselves vulnerable to getting hurt. If we're lacking in this area of our life, we leave ourselves vulnerable to being lazy and broke and not having a future in our life. And so what I had to ask myself is, who would that old version of me be right now? What position would they be in right now if I was still the same? And so what we have to realize is that we're changing for the better. That old version of us couldn't be where we are now because it doesn't know the things we know now. And so that old version of me that had all the friends, had all the attention, had no care about life, was spending however much time he wanted to on social media and on the game and stuff like that, what I have to realize is that that person couldn't be in the position that I am in today. Whether that situation is more fun than it was in the past, or whether that situation is even like maybe worse than what I was in the past, what I have to realize is that that old version of me couldn't be who I am today because it doesn't know the things in which I know today. It hasn't gone through that growth to have self-love and have self-respect. It hasn't gone through the growth to have the knowledge that I have now. It hasn't gone through the growth to be able to talk on camera, to have a personal brand on YouTube and have a system of consistency and discipline. He doesn't have the discipline in life to have a path in life and have a direction and know his value and know his worth and know who is and isn't for him. So yeah, this version of me looks way different from that old version of me. But what I have to realize is that this is my best self, and this version of me is capable of so much more than that old version of me would have been. And so really just sit down and ask yourself, what does that old version of you look like in 2024? What does it look like in this current moment? Regardless of whether you're funny, whether you have all the friends and stuff like that, do you have a vision and a direction in life? Do you know your value? Do you know your worth? Do you have self-love? Do you have discipline? Do you have self-respect? Do you know who is and isn't for you? Are you around fake fake people? Are you around toxic people? Are you around people who constantly shape you into who you are? Are you a person who stands on their boundaries, stands on their values? Are you a person of authenticity? Like, you truly have to sit down and ask yourself, what's truly different from who I was to who I am? Because personally for me, I wouldn't be able to present this video to you if I was still that funny, goofy self who didn't take life seriously. Personally, for me, I would still have the wrong people around me. Personally, I would still just like have no clear direction or purpose in life, or even care to have a direction or purpose in life. I would just be living, probably partying every weekend, probably drinking and smoking, saying like, hey, I don't care about my body, and hey, I don't care about where I'm headed in life. I'll figure it out. And so what I've come to realize is that although life not be as fulfilling or as fun or as like happy, joyful, seemingly just like not caring and stuff, I have to realize that I'm on a better path, and I'm already the best version of me. And I'm on the way to becoming an even better version of me. And when I say that we're already the best version of ourselves, I mean that we've already experienced so much. We've already been through so much. We've already seen and grown so much to the point that who we are now is as best as it gets. Whether we've made the most of our past, whether we've made the most of learning from our failures and mistakes and stuff right now, we are the best version of ourselves that we could possibly be right now. Now, moving forward, we could maximize our potential now, but who we are now is that best version of ourselves because we've continuously grown in life through experiences, through events, through trials and tribulations, and all that other stuff. And so what we have to understand in knowing that is that who we are now is capable of so much more than our previous self. We're capable of handling so much more. We're capable of taking on so much more, pause, but we're just capable of stepping into a whole new set of opportunities and just like a whole new version of life that, hey, if we were still that same person, we wouldn't know how to hop in front of a video. We wouldn't know how to create this business. We wouldn't have the knowledge to be able to get that job. We wouldn't have the knowledge to be able to get that degree, have these set amount of people around us who are actually good for us. Like, you have to understand that who we've grown into has made us capable of so much more in life. And we achieve that through our growth. We achieve that through maturing. We achieve that through taking our life so much more serious. We achieve that by learning how to overcome anxiety and fears, learning how to step into our true authentic self instead of always trying to become the person who others want us to be. And so again, although this version of ourselves in this current moment of life may not be as fulfilling as it was in the past, we have to realize that this is the best our life has ever been in our entire time of living it. You know, because when you really think about it, if you're constantly chasing recreating the past, then you're really just stopping yourself from moving forward. You're only making yourself go backwards. You're only really undoing everything you've already learned. You're really trying to undo the growth you've already made, and you're basically just pausing your growth. You're basically pausing your whole progression through life because you're constantly trying to recreate a reality that has already passed. And I was having a conversation with a friend, and we were just talking and saying, we can't recreate what once was. Like, we've been through so much, we've experienced so much, we've learned so much, we've been through different relationships and things like that, and we can't spend time trying to get it back to what it used to be. We instead have to just focus on building it into something new, and we have to start building something new because we're two completely different persons from the last time or where we left off, meaning that, hey, we've been through different experiences, we learned different lessons, we've had different relationships, we just experienced a whole new level of life, and we've learned so many different lessons to the point that it's pointless to even try and recreate the past because it's impossible, because we just aren't those same people. We didn't know then what we know now, meaning we just have to focus on building something new, realizing that these new versions of ourselves are capable of making a completely new relationship, and whatever that entails, new experiences, new connections, being able to learn different lessons from each other and talk from different perspectives, and just like create a whole new relationship that our past relationship couldn't create. And if we spend so much time trying to get back to what it once was, then we'll miss out on all those new things. So, you know, that old version of you, yeah, might have had a lot more friends, a lot more things to do. It was getting a whole lot more attention. Like, yeah, like though that old version of us might have had better highs, it might have had better experiences, better memories, whatever. But this new version of yourself is capable of creating a new life that you have never experienced. And if you don't learn to value who you are now, and you're constantly trying to get back to that past self, then you'll miss out on all those new opportunities this version of you could present to your life, all the new highs it could create, all the new levels of happiness it could create, all the new memories it can get you, all the new learning and experiences it could get you, and how like it can open you up to so many better opportunities that old version of you wouldn't be able to take advantage of. Like that old version of myself isn't able to create this video. That old version of myself doesn't have the knowledge to say what I do on Instagram, or even have the discipline to upload twice a week or upload every single day on TikTok. Like you have to realize that who you are now is capable and knowing of so much more than that old version of you. But yeah, man, I hope you guys learned a thing or two from the video. Be sure to join up on the Discord as well as our self-growth community. Both those will be down in the description. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Also turn on the post noties. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.